to abandon me during my hospitalization now seeks forgiveness after 12 long years. Hi, I'm Jason, 47. I want to share my life incident here to get some advice. This goes back to 12 years ago when I was married to Susan, my first wife. I was married for 7 years, with 2 children, Laura and Lucas. They were 5 and 3 then. We were leading a regular life until one fateful day. One morning when I was driving to my office, a speeding vehicle from the opposite direction rammed into my car. The next I remember waking up on a hospital bed, covered in bandages and plasters. The nurse informed me that I had woken up after 2 days in a coma. I held my doctor's hand and thanked him for saving my life. I was grateful for the new life, but little did I know about the disaster that was about to unfold. After a week of my treatment, my doctor informed me that my lower body was paralyzed and I might never be able to walk again. I was shattered. Susan broke down at this news. It was evidently difficult for her because she had to manage the house and the children in all aspects. I fell into depression, unable to comprehend my life in a wheelchair. I spent my days staring at the empty walls of my hospital rooms, cursing how my life turned upside down. I dreaded how I would never be able to play soccer with my children, how I would never be able to dance with my wife, and I would never be able to be free again. To add to my miserable life, Susan stopped visiting me. In the initial days of my stay, she brought the children thrice a week. The moments I spent with my family were the only ones I lived for. But as the days passed, her visits became scarce. I pleaded with her to get the children to visit me, but she would say that the children didn't want to meet me so often. I felt hopeless. Then one day, she handed me the divorce papers saying, "I definitely can't spend my life with a handicapped man. I'm still young and desirable. I deserve a normal man." I would be lying to say that I didn't sense that coming. I sniffed the upcoming separation when she started giving cold shoulders to me, but I didn't expect that to be so soon. A month after my accident, some of my friends informed me that they had seen Susan loitering around hand in hand with a middle-aged man, probably someone in his 50s, in the cafes and malls, during the evenings, and on weekends. Some claimed that she had an affair even before my accident, and some said that her desperation got her into a fat grumpy old man after my accident. It was barely 2 months after my accident. I was yet to be discharged and was handed divorce papers. I might be sounding calm while writing this, but I was none of it back then. I was flustered, devastated, and heartbroken. I was wheelchair bound, destitute, and divorced with no income or savings. After paying for the Amy's, household expenses, and children's education, savings was off the radar. Luckily, I had insurance that covered my hospital bills to an extent. I had to liquidate my savings for the remaining expenses. So, in the end, I was left with nothing. I wanted to yell, smack my head against the wall, and curse my fate. I don't know how I upheld myself back then, but something inside kept me sane, probably the fire of taking revenge. After being discharged, I shifted to my parents' house. I was 35, divorced, with no income, and dependent on my old mother physically and financially. My mother was a florist. She ran a small shop in the suburbs. The little income from the shop and the pension money kept her expenses